Morning, sir. How are you?
What are you doing?
Pardon?
Why are you filming the police station?
Would you mind identifying yourself first, please, sir?
I identify myself. It's right there.
Yeah, and what's your collar number?
It's 1722.
Thank you very much, sir.
You can't sit here filming people coming in and out of the
Why
police
can I
station.
not, sir? I'm doing a perfectly legal activity.
No, what you're doing is surveilling a police station.
No,
it's a terrorist
please.
offence.
So are you calling me a terrorist, sir?
No, what I'm saying is if you carry on doing this and carry on acting this behaviour,
Okay.
gathering information
Okay,
about
first of all,
police
sir, hang on.
coming
First
in
of all,
and out
sir,
the
can you
police
stop
station.
pointing at me, please? Can you please stop pointing at me? I'm not
It's not
pointing at
relevant
you.
to the situation.
No, it is, sir. You're pointing
What
at
I'm
me, and
telling
that's
you-
rude. Pointing at me is rude, sir. Okay, that is very rude to point at somebody. Morning, madam. How are you?
Yes, very well. Are you okay?
Good. I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Did you
Very
want
well.
someone? Or...
No. Would you mind identifying yourself for me first,
Yeah.
please, madam?
This officer is so good.
Thank you very much. Okay, no, I was just talking to two other plainclothes officers just now.
Yeah.
I'm literally just down purely because
The situation starts calmly as the cameraman is asked to identify himself. He responds confidently, pointing out that his identification is already visible. However, the tone quickly shifts when the officer questions why he is filming outside the police station. The cameraman insists he is doing nothing illegal, setting the stage for a tense exchange about rights and authority.
at the moment there's a big survey going around to do with the Metropolitan Police, where you've got roughly what they class as about 65% of officers that don't identify themselves correctly. Okay, and exactly what you just done for me is exactly what I needed to see, and that's exactly what was done. Okay, and that's exactly what the other plainclothes officers done about 3 or 4 minutes ago, which was absolutely incredible. And the way that you're talking to me now is absolutely perfect. But then when you look at that gentleman there, the way that he approached me, okay, and just literally, he's already literally said that I'm surveilling the play, and he was pointing at me, okay, which isn't right. Okay, that's not the way to approach a member of the public. The way that you did, very professional, very polite. And that is what people need to see, okay? That is what's happening, okay? Yes, there is a lot of bad stuff, but they also need to see there's a lot of officers doing exactly what they should be doing.
Things escalate when the officer suggests that filming the police station could be seen as surveillance. While the officer denies directly calling him a threat, the implication is clear. The cameraman pushes back, challenging the assumption and asking why a lawful activity is being treated with suspicion.
Okay, could you identify yourself first one?
My name's PC1722.
Okay. Sorry, I can't see, because you got one number or letter that's off, I think.
I don't know. I've got
EC 3391. Thank you very much, madam.
I appreciate you're standing at the rear of a
And
police
that's fair
station
enough.
filming, and we're naturally going to challenge anybody.
That's fair enough, and I welcome that. And I welcome that.
That's why you've been approached by
No,
numerous
as I said, I welcome that, but the way that you just done it, okay, very professional. But this gentleman, as soon as he got out, okay, he told me I couldn't do it, okay. Then he told me that I was surveilling the place.
What's the purpose of your...
Exactly what I just said to this young lady.
Nevertheless, you are still filming this police station.
Which is perfectly, which is perfectly lawful, sir. It's perfectly, it's perfectly lawful. I can stand on the public pavement as long as I wish. As long as I wish, sir. So please don't say that regardless.
The argument intensifies over body language. The cameraman takes issue with the officer pointing at him, calling it disrespectful and unprofessional. What might seem like a small gesture quickly becomes symbolic of a larger issue: how authority is exercised in public interactions.
Personnel going in and out of the police station, you risk being arrested
Sir, for what?
a terrorism offence.
So you're suspecting me. Right, you've got to have reasonable suspicion, sir. You have to have reasonable suspicion, sir. Exactly as I told you. You are a very, very rude man. So I have nothing more to say to you. End of story. I have nothing to say to
give you
you.
a period of time, alright?
Of what? Of what?
You need to leave here.
Of what time? Of what time? Of what time, sir? Of what time, sir? Of what time are you going to give me? I'm standing on the public pavement.
A valid reason for why you're here.
Sir, I don't have to give you a valid reason. And can you please stand back?
appreciate
Okay? No, this is the public footpath here.
We're public
This is the
employees.
public footpath here. Don't tell me to get off police property. This is the public footpath.
I think you've come here today
This is the public
to
footpath.
surveil the police
Do
coming
you?
in and out of
Okay.
this police
Well, if
station,
you feel that,
reporting
well,
it.
if you feel that, sir, then
Alternatively,
do
to start a
something.
fight
Then do
with
something.
police.
If you feel that, I had a lovely engagement with this lady. I had a lovely engagement with that
Nevertheless,
lady.
you are still
Okay,
recording
sir,
police coming
you
in
are
and
a
out of
very,
police
very
stations.
rude young man. Okay, you are a very, very rude individual.
A second officer approaches, and the difference is immediately noticeable. She speaks politely and identifies herself when asked. The cameraman acknowledges her professionalism, using her behavior as an example of how police interactions should be handled, contrasting sharply with the earlier confrontation.
My love, would you mind if I speak to you,
Go on
please?
then. Can
Okay,
just ask
I
you
have
the
nothing to
purpose?
say to this
Can
gentleman.
I ask you the purpose of your recording
Okay.
then?
Yeah,
That's what
exactly what I
investigation
said. There is a
requires.
survey going on, okay, to do with the police not identifying themselves correctly.
And was the
okay?
survey through? I'm
It's
not
literally,
aware of
it's going around the whole of the general public that went out from several places.
it. Right.
Okay, and I'm down here to actually show, and hopefully that wasn't happening.
So in essence, you're getting the police to come out to speak to you,
No,
to challenge
no,
you. But
no.
Otherwise, how
No,
would
if
you
a
have-
police officer comes out, then they come out. If they don't, then I will speak to them on the street, and that's exactly what I've been doing.
Right.
Okay,
It seems strange that you're standing at the rear gate of a
I can
police
stand
station.
wherever I wish.
I'm asking you, I'm not saying you can't. I'm
Yep.
saying it seems strange that you're standing at the rear gate of a police station. with
Yeah,
your
well, I've
camera.
already been round the front.
Okay.
I've already been round the front.
Well, you can
okay,
appreciate why.
and
in
I've
our
come
job,
round the back, and that's fair
naturally,
enough.
is here.
The cameraman explains his presence, revealing that he is part of a public survey highlighting how often officers fail to properly identify themselves. He claims that many officers don't follow this basic protocol, and his recording aims to expose both good and bad behavior within the force.
Yeah,
No,
to ask
and I
questions.
understand that perfectly. I do understand that.
So
But-
have you achieved what you've wanted to achieve from this recording?
yeah, but literally, I weren't expecting the aggression from this officer
You can
here.
appreciate we
Okay.
are constantly on edge.
Yeah, but that's
The very
fine.
people that come here and check out who's going in and out of the station.
Yeah, but that's
'Cause
fine.
We, you know what, we want to go home at the end of the shift and not be targeted.
Everybody
by
does.
anyone.
Everybody does. But let me then ask you this question,
Go on.
okay? Regardless to what I was here for, okay, he had no right, okay, to talk to me in the tone that he did, and also no right at all, okay, to tell me he is going to give me a time limit that I can stand on the public
I
footpath.
can appreciate how
Absolutely
suspicious
no
it is.
chance.
Okay, I appreciate what you're saying.
Absolutely no
what you want
chance.
to do is you want to challenge people who challenge you by saying, "Who are you?"
No,
and provide your identity.
wrong.
But that's what you've just
Okay,
said. There's a survey
when
going around.
your actual policy.
The debate shifts to legal rights. The cameraman firmly states that he is allowed to film from a public footpath for as long as he wants. Officers, however, argue that recording people entering and exiting a police station could pose a security risk, hinting at potential legal consequences.
Your code of practice. Now, this officer here was actually here when the other two plainclothes actually approached me.
Yeah.
Okay, and exactly what I've told you is exactly what I've told them. Okay,
And what did they
so
say?
fine. Have a good day.
Really?
Yes.
Did you name check or anything?
No, they didn't, because you have no right to have my name.
We do.
No, you. What right's that then?
Okay.
You are surveilling people coming in and out of
So
police
you're
stations.
calling me a terrorist?
You're surveilling. Listen to me.
Okay.
Stop talking at me. Listen to me.
Sir, I will talk as much as I wish to.
Then-
Okay,
then
you cannot tell
I'm
me I have to
explaining
give you my details.
I'm explaining to you the risk
Okay.
you are posing to this police station.
So what law do I have to give you my details? Tell me that.
I haven't asked you to give me your details, have I? Have I asked you
Okay.
to give you my details?
Well,
What I'm
you
saying
just said
is,
that you can run my details, so
continue this behaviour of recording people and personnel coming in and out of the police station, you risk being arrested under terrorism offences because you are gathering information about the personnel. You are compromising the safety of this building by
Okay.
constantly recording.
The interaction becomes more heated as another officer joins in with a more aggressive tone. The cameraman accuses him of being rude and unprofessional, refusing to engage further with him. The tension highlights the clash between public accountability and police sensitivity around security.
People coming in and out.
Okay, right,
Now,
tell me the last
I
time
asked
when a
you-
police station
I
got
asked you
hit
quite
by a bomb.
distinctively,
That's
and I
it.
identified
The
myself
presence
when I
there.
got out, not to mention the fact that I'm in uniform. I asked you quite clearly.
Anybody can
what
put a
you were
uniform
doing,
on.
What you were
And I
filming
told you,
for.
but you were very aggressive. You just stood there
You
pointing
were
at me.
aggressive.
Really?
You were aggressive from the get-go.
Really?
Yes.
You
Look
just
at
stood there
now.
pointing. Wait, this is my voice.
You just said
My
to me,
voice
"Oi."
is virtually
Have
gone.
I said to you, oi?
I can
You're
speak
the
to you
one
whatever
being
way I
rude to me.
wish.
Oh, okay. So you can
Okay.
be rude to me and you don't expect me to somehow.
Sir, you are the one that completely was out of order to me.
I think
okay?
you come here
You
to
were
start a
completely
fight
out of order.
for no
Really?
apparent reason.
Really?
You're
Well, do you want to go and get the
recording
other?
the police
And
station.
so what?
Alright?
So what?
I've already told you.
Okay,
so
look,
what.
I will carry on doing what I'm
Okay,
doing.
well,
Okay,
I'm telling
look,
you
there
now,
you go. Look.
You're risking being
Okay,
arrested under
look,
terrorist
look,
offence.
there we go. Yeah, so you can
You're
see.
surveilling the back of a police
Okay,
gate.
no, I'm literally I'm
Constantly
taking
recording
photos of the
personnel
actual
coming,
vehicles.
going in and
Why?
out.
Okay, right there you go. Because I'm proving to him that I
I
can.
warned you.
You warn me of what?
I've
For
told
what
you.
purpose?
You warn me of what?
The officer warns that the cameraman's actions could fall under terrorism-related concerns, claiming he is gathering sensitive information. The cameraman strongly rejects this, arguing that filming in public is lawful and does not justify such serious accusations.
If you continue to be here, alright, you risk being arrested.
I can stand here for as long as I wish.
Okay, well, I'll leave that to you.
Okay.
If
So,
that's what you wish to
but
do.
as I said, for you, I would say thank you for your time. I appreciate that.
What's your first
Okay.
name?
I won't give my details.
No. Okay, just to
Okay.
make you aware, like my colleague has explained, okay, you are at the rear of the police station, whether you're at the front, the rear, whatever,
Yep.
right? There is terrorist threats all the time.
Yeah, but then, as I said, you've got to have reasonable suspicion
You're
to
standing
actually.
here recording. Why is that not reasonable enough?
What? A man with a camera doing a lawful activity.
How is what you're doing so lawful? What you're recording people coming
So
in
are you
and out
telling?
of the
So
station?
hang on. So are you telling me
How
it's
are
not
you-
lawful?
How are you saying that that is lawful then?
It is perfectly
What's
lawful.
Here you have, you come here to say that you wanted to challenge officers who are not producing
Yep.
ID when you speak to them, yet you're standing right at the gate,
Yeah.
basically engaging with them. to
Yep.
force-
As the exchange winds down, both sides remain firm in their positions. The cameraman refuses to provide personal details, while officers continue to warn him about potential risks. Despite the conflict, the interaction ends without arrest, leaving behind a powerful example of the ongoing debate between public rights and police authority.